I remember right when I got to M, my mom came out of her room and she comes up to me and she's like, "What are you in here doing?" And then I'm like, "I'm just hanging out with these guys." And then she beats my ass for sitting there and burping. She's like, "That's disgusting." And then she whooped my ass so hard for just sitting there and trying to burp the alphabet. And I remember I burped so much that I threw up on myself a little bit.
That's why what made him mad.
Yeah.
Look at your dumb ass. You fucked your clothes up. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to My Black Friend, where you get two black friends for the price of one. I'm Zoe.
And I'm Steve.
All right. You're watching My Black Friend.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. We're doing it again.
Yes, sir. Try to get every week. So this week I actually lost my voice for a little bit of time. I think it's back now, but if my voice cracks, as it usually does, you kind of know if it's a little worse than usual, then you know what it is.
Yeah, Alonzo spends his whole day yelling at elderly people.
Yeah, it's a mix of yelling at angry people, doing this, and then like I guess the straw that broke the camel's back was the Super Bowl. Yeah, they had a Super Bowl party. I wasn't really watching the game. It was a Super Bowl party, so I was doing like other party activities other than watching the game.
Like eating?
Yeah, that. Yelling over people because the music's too loud and shit like that. Yeah. So yeah, you don't gotta worry about me talking about how the actual game was. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I couldn't really care less. Honestly, the only thing I really paid attention to was the halftime show, as any non-sports fan would do.
Yeah, and commercials.
I didn't enjoy the halftime show that much, man. I don't think The Weeknd's really a performer.
What do you have against him? Like,
he can't dance. He can't like do anything really cool. He just kind of poorly sings without auto-tune into the mic.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that will lynch you for saying things like that.
All right, yeah, let's change the topic.
Okay. I mean, I'll give you this. Well, I don't know if you really want to go too far with it. I mean, he could sing. I'll give him the singing part. But yeah, I'm like, when I think of entertainer, like the whole package, I can think of like a Bruno Mars being really good because he can dance and
he can do the whole shebang.
Gives like good energy. Where
like people don't go to just hear Beyonce sing; they go for the whole package. They
right?
See that ass bounce.
Yeah. I think the best The Weeknd kind of gave us was him like kind of dancing in like a fun house, like like he was drunk. Whoa. So that was his thing.
Yeah.
And jock straps, but yeah. Other than that, yeah, the one memorable thing that I can probably talk about on the Super Bowl was Tom Brady's infatuation with his son.
Yeah, he's got a really big kink for his son, apparently.
Yeah. You know what? I'm curious because I'm sure we all know what I'm talking about. Tom Brady likes to kiss his son on the mouth, but how old is his son? Because I'm like, people will go back and forth about like how old is too old to do that.
Well, I don't know, man. I think anyone that's older the age of 5 shouldn't be kissed on the mouth by another family member, And
yeah.
Even then, I wouldn't even kiss a baby on the lips. That seems like...
Well, that just seems gross. Like, because I see people do it. I have like no ethical, moral issue against it. I'm just like, ew, babies slob a lot. I don't want to fucking put my mouth on that.
Yeah, it's not because it makes you a pedophile. It's just because you don't want to lick up baby spit.
Yeah, there you go. What's funny though is yeah, I'm like, with me, like I've heard people like voice like they don't like watching because they're like it's just uncomfortable to see him do it. But my whole thing is just kind of like I feel bad for the son because I know for damn sure like he's Tom Brady, so he's always on television. So if you're gonna do that, doing it on national TV isn't the best idea, in my opinion, for the son, because his friends are gonna roast him.
Well, yeah, unless his friends are having their parents kiss them on the lips too, Like
I guess so. Maybe
in that class of society, I feel like kissing little boys on the lips is actually pretty likely.
You know what? You might be onto something, honestly. This is like not the first time I think we've heard something a similar case.
Yeah,
like that. I don't know. I could just imagine him going, like fucking. He have the school bully, like a cartoon school bully, just being like, "Hey Brady, did you give your dad a wet one after the game?" Like just some antagonistic shit. Like I can see that.
And then the bully just gives him a fat kiss on the lips.
Yeah,
just slobs him down. Like, "Oh, I bet you like that, don't you?"
Imagine him just calling, "Hey Brady,
hey Brady, you're calling me daddy now." Hey, let's watch a video of Tom Brady making out with his kid.
It'll liven things up.
Here, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
All right, go to the kiss. There it is.
Whoa,
that came in quick. Whoa, now.
Oh, look at that little rocket ship.
I don't even think he asked for that one. That was like, hey Dad, I'm back. That was just a peck, Dad.
No, that was just a peck.
Oh man. Are you gonna? By the way, we're referencing this cartoon. Literally, this like Meat Canyon. Probably not the first time we've had it on the show.
Yeah, I think I've included a couple Meat Canyon clips.
Yeah,
but, Meat Canyon. Hilarious. He's basically this YouTube animator. You know, he makes really like surreal kind of freaky ass cartoons about whatever the fuck. And this time he decided to do the Super Bowl. So let's check it out.
Yeah, he made this really quick. By the way, this was right after the Super Bowl. So my guy, props to the animation.
All right.
Come on, Dad. That was just a peck.
And that's basically how it went.
Yeah. This is like verbatim. Like, they're not exaggerating at all. Like there's a part we all saw.
Go.
Yeah, he smacked his wife.
How many more rings do I have to wear for you to understand?
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's probably his biggest motivating factor to keep getting rings so he can more powerfully keep his wife away from him.
He's got more strength.
Yeah.
Or a little bit more weight on the hand really keeps a bitch in check.
There you go. That pimp hand's got to be strong.
Yeah,
And reinforced.
What do you think, man? Like, how many rings does Tom Brady need in order to, kiss his son without anyone talking shit?
You know what? Honestly, I think if he can like double, like if he can reinforce it twice over, so like he needs 10. 2 rings on each finger. I think that should just be enough to like concuss somebody. After that point, they're probably gonna forget why they even wanted to talk to him.
Especially with that quarterback hand, like he can smack the fuck out of somebody.
Oh yeah.
He can throw an elbow. He's got.
He'll lay you out. That's a given.
Yeah. Do you think he ever like hits his kid? Like, I mean, do you think there's like a I don't know, like do you think that there's the inverse? Because like he shows his kid
a lot of love,
the ultimate affection, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that he ever hits his
and
son?
Gives him the ultimate discipline?
The little Brady? Yeah.
I can imagine so.
You think he fucks him? Like, what's the ultimate discipline?
I wouldn't say that.
Like, I'm taking your ass today. I got 10 rings. I'm taking one ass.
Yeah, no, he just like you said, winds up with all 10 of his rings and just fucking sends them across the room.
Do you think he ever got a ring stuck in his son's ass?
Jesus, Steve. Oh man, I love it. We're gonna talk about him fucking his son.
Okay. All right. No, well, you're the one that brought it up. I was saying, does he ever like whoop his kid? Like,
no, I know. I'd say like, yeah. I mean, Tom Brady seems like the type of guy that would whoop his kid. He's an athlete. I feel like to build an athlete mentality, you got to be like, give him that tough love.
Well, yeah, but
then you got to give him that soft, passionate love.
That soft, intimate love.
Yeah. Follow up on that hard love.
That soft baby making love, Like that's how you raise a good son. All right. My boy better look out if he's watching this,
Yeah. But actually, speaking of that, whoopings, kids, were you whooped as a kid?
I was beaten horrifically as a child.
I mean, like controlled, or was it like just a blind fury of fists?
Well,
like,
it depended on what I did, and usually I did some stuff that was kind of, fucked up. So, I would get, like, one time I got an F on my report card in gym class. And my mom whooped my ass with an extension cord.
Oh, that's classic. That's funny.
Yeah, she beat me until I had, like, welts on my skin.
That's, like, old school. Like, my mom tells me stories about how, like, she got whooped with an extension cord.
Yeah,
like,
my mom whooped me like her mom whooped her, I guess.
That's the only thing that got passed down. No welts, just whoopings.
Yeah, I got a generational whooping.
Shit.
She was storing that shit up for a whole fucking 10 years,
That was rage. That's funny. I got whooped too, but like we got traditional like with a belt,
just
and
get it smacks against the ass. Belts don't do shit, man.
You know what? It depends on who's doing it. Like my dad, when he whooped us, it was terrifying. Our mom used to like whoop us, but there was like a certain point where it's like hers just didn't work anymore. So like her threat became telling our dad, and then he whoop us.
My dad only whooped me 3 times. No, he didn't. He whooped me 1 time. But when my mom's whooping stopped working, she would just start punching me.
The fucking upgrade, like, okay, throw the belt back.
God gave me bones for a reason.
I see. I may be wrong. I don't want to put my mom in a bad light, but I'm almost positive at one point, like when she realized the belt wasn't working, she like started to use the buckle.
I remember one.
Or she tried to, and I think I had to like fucking grab the hand or something.
One of my aunts pulled out a belt. Right, I did something. I can't remember what it was, but she took the belt. She flipped it around and then she just belted me across the face. She just whipped me across the face with a belt buckle. And I was like, ah! I was like, I didn't even think like adults were allowed to do that.
Yeah. There's like levels. Like you didn't think like they go that far.
I was like, Jesus.
Just
I just feel
swing
like I
a
got
belt at
assaulted. She did it like a nunchuck too. It was crazy.
Like that.
I was like, wow, that was sick.
It's like Simpsons level where your dad just runs over and starts choking you to death. I didn't know they could do that.
What was the worst whooping you ever got, you think?
Oh man. No, it's probably the worst at the time. And it's also the funniest simultaneously because it was like when I forgot how old I was, but I was probably like under 7. And I remember like me and my brother were fighting. And my dad probably came in and said several times, like, you know, for us to stop. But like at some point we kept resuming like whatever. We're in our room. So then I guess the argument or whatever got too loud and our dad came back in with a belt. And he's just like, all right, who's first? And, we knew we were going to have it like, oh, my God. Oh, fuck, this is it. Like, goddamn it.
Not again.
I knew this was going to happen. So, like, my brother, you know, like in the Hunger Games, just was like, you know, I volunteer as tribute. And then fucking, and here's the terrifying thing because, like,
hey, that's love.
No, he didn't even have the courtesy to, like, leave. Like, I had to sit there and watch him get whooped first, knowing what was going to happen to me next.
Right.
So, like, he's getting whooped. I'm seeing, like, the pain and the agony in his eyes. I'm just sitting there. And, you know, it's like the whole scene is just black and white. And I'm just sitting there rocking, just like, oh, God, I'm next.
Did he look at you with tears in his eyes and reach out?
Yeah. His eye, and then he got whipped on the back and his arm fell down. So then, like, when he got finished, you know, he's just kind of sniveling and shit because, he just got beat. But then it's my turn. So I'm sitting there. And like I like in my head, my fucking 6-year-old head, I'm just like, oh fuck, oh God, oh shit. Like I got so fucking scared, I just ran. Like he looked at me, I ran out of the room, and I made like a fucking beeline for like our basement.
You got fucking shell shocked.
Yeah, I didn't even have a plan. I just knew I had to run. You know, I just started running. And I get to the basement door, and I guess I'm so terrified, I forget how doorknobs work, because I'm just like kind of rattling it.
How do I get out of here?
And then like I hear like these like 3 giant footsteps coming from behind me, like I'm being chased by a bear. And like, you know, my whole body just like shuts down. I go into like possum mode where I think I have my body just like play dead because my legs give out. I'm just on the ground trying to get the door open. And then he catches me, and then I get whooped. And I was like, you know, I was in pain. I was sad.
Yeah,
but
like after any beaten child. Yeah.
I was really sad. Oh.
He snuck up behind you like, you've been a bad boy.
Yeah, but it was really funny. And you know, but what do you think about whoopings though? Do you think they're all right? Because I've had people argue like, oh, that's technically abuse. Like, what's your opinion on whoopings today?
Personally, I feel like hitting a child is abuse. I think that hitting kids is terrible, and I think it's because I got my ass whooped way too much. Like, I would get whooped for the most frivolous shit. Like, I remember one time I was hanging out with my brother and my cousin. They're both older than me. Like, they're like 5 or 6 years older than me. And I remember I was sitting down with them, and my cousin, he says, I bet you can't burp the alphabet. And I'm like, dude, I can totally burp the fucking alphabet. So I started. I was like, you know, A, B. I made it all the way to like M.
Yeah.
And then I remember right when I got to M, my mom came out of the room and she comes up to me and she's like, what are you in here doing? And then I'm like, I'm just hanging out with these guys. And then she beats my ass for sitting there and burping. She's like, that's disgusting. And then she whooped my ass so hard for just sitting there and trying to burp the alphabet. And I remember I burped so much that I threw up on myself a little bit.
That's why what made him mad.
Yeah.
Look at your dumb ass, you fucked your clothes up.
Yeah, I just had vomit on my shirt and she's just whooping my ass. I'm like a fucking, you know, beaten woman in the alley.
That's got throw up on yourself.
Yeah, I felt like a thrown
tears
out,
in your eyes.
Yeah, I felt like a thrown out prostitute, you know? Just covered in vomit. It was terrible.
Your pimp came in, saw what you were doing with all those guys. You're supposed to be fucking them. They just beat the shit out of you.
Bitch, what you doing cuddling with this nigga?
Oh my God, that's actually funny. That's
it was
hilarious.
terrible. So basically, I think that there's a situation where hitting your kid is okay, but it has to be like for a very like extreme thing that they did. Like if your kid gets arrested. Like one time I got arrested and my mom and my dad and my aunt and my uncle beat my ass.
All together? Like,
well, I mean, 2 of them showed up and just whooped the fuck out of me. At the same, they were like taking turns with the swings.
They made a day out of it, just whooping.
Yeah, they were like singing and dancing and shit. It was like church.
Like Kumbaya circle and just fucking there beating.
Tear this nigga up.
Oh, that imagery is wonderful. I love that.
Yeah, no, I got my ass torn the fuck up. But I think that, yeah, like if you get arrested, like that was justified because like they wanted to make sure that I didn't ruin my life by becoming a bogus ass criminal. So
beat the
that was
juvenile out of you.
But if it's just like, oh, you got a bad grade in school, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and I'm not gonna tell you how to fix it at all. Like I'm not gonna help you with your homework. I'm not gonna do shit to like help repair the problem except beat your ass. That's
right.
when it's like, okay, that's pretty fucked up.
No, that's true. I would say I'm an advocate for like whooping still. I grew up on it. I think I turned out fine. But
Shame on you.
Hey, you know what? Fuck you. You know, you need to discipline. I think that's the best deterrent for discipline. Like, but I say it with a caveat. Like, there is like the certain circumstances you name, like where it's just unwarranted, or there's like beatings that aren't for disciplinary purposes, but just out of aggression. It's like they're trying to take their day out on you. That's when I'm like, okay, that's too far. But like, there's certain circumstances where you do something really bad or really fucked up, and timeouts aren't cutting it. Then whoop them. But like I said, it's got to be controlled. There's got to be a purpose to it. It can't just be beating your kid for the sake of beating your kids. But I would say like, hey, sometimes you got to whoop your kid. Sometimes necessary.
I mean, I think that of course, yeah, there's never a reason to take your day out on your child. But
right.
I feel like for some parents, there's no way for them to like
outlet.
There's no way for them to figure out when they've crossed that line. Like
that's true.
They probably beat their kids anyway, but then when they have an excuse, like they're angry about their day, there's no way in the moment for them to decide like, oh, I'm beating my kid because he deserves it, or I'm beating my kid because I'm angry today. And like, if you ever get a beating where it's just because your parents are angry, it makes you so resentful. And I think if you want to make your kids like hate you as a person, then definitely beat the shit out of them for no fucking reason. Like I personally wouldn't want to make that mistake once, so I would just never beat my kid. Because I think if I did have a kid, I would want my kid to love the fuck out of me. And I wouldn't want my kid to be like, oh, dude, you're the devil because you hit me.
Oh, dude, you're Satan. I see what you do.
Right. Yeah, this is the devil's work right here.
Call that a love touch. That was a fucking satanic
like I said, there
beating.
are some times when it's acceptable to beat a kid. I'm kind of just a pussy, I have a soft heart.
Yeah, you're a little punk,
Yeah.
You're kind of a soft boy.
I just love my future kids so much. I might kiss him on the lips. I might start making out with him sometime, just because like, instead of beating his ass, instead of beating his ass, I'm gonna just kiss him real hard in front of all of his friends. Like in front of all his classmates and shit.
Speaking of public humiliation in front of your peers. What do you think about like those parents in those videos where they had like remember that trend that was going on where the parents were like publicly humiliating their kids as discipline, saying like they're cut their hair off, be like, I'll just cut my hair, my kid's hair on like an old man's haircut. I'm gonna send him to school because he got an F.
Right.
That'll make him smarter.
Or he was doing some gang shit. They never specified what it was.
Yeah, just like I'm punishing. I honestly, that's the shit I hate. I hate the fuck out of that because I'm like, that's like, it's weird because I'm like that. I don't even think that's for discipline. I don't think that's to make the kid better. I feel like that's like parents flexing. Okay. Like I'm a good parent because I fucking I discipline my kids in very humiliating ways, and they're just showing out.
Would you prefer to get your ass beat, or would you prefer to just be humiliated for a day?
I would say get my ass beat.
I would much rather get humiliated. I think that's just different. We're just different then.
But here's the thing: when you do that, though, it's like you're setting your fucking kid up for like a humiliation on a level. Because I'm like, there's cameras now. There's like your peer, like you know how bad school bullying is gonna be for a kid whose parent humiliated him.
Toughen his little ass up.
I'm like, I feel like disciplinary shit should be handled in private. When you make it public, you're opening it up for something greater than what it needs to be.
I don't know if I agree with that, man, because I think that if you force a kid into a completely publicly humiliating situation, you force him to like use his social skills to get out of the problem. So it like strengthens him up. It makes him like it'll strengthen his character. Because I got bullied, and I think getting bullied kind of makes you a bit like a stronger dude. So, but it's better than like, because there's nothing the kid can do when he gets his ass beat at all.
But here's the thing: if you're inviting other factors, because it's like the beating is temporary. Like it happens, it's over. It happened amongst your family. It was handled there, and I think that usually works as a good deterrent. That humiliation doesn't end because the video's forever. I'm like, that stuff you go to school with or wherever the kid has to operate in, and now he has to, now he's operating under this, guise now that, he's been publicly shamed. Yeah. That shit gets carried on. It doesn't just stop there. You're going to get roasted for a long time. If a kid came to school when I was a kid, with an old man haircut, that shit stays with you.
Yeah, well-
you're that kid from now on. Some people, like I said, it toughens them up, but some people don't make it that far. Some people that make that the fucking calling card to suicidal tendencies. Because I'm
Well,
like, you just kind of fucked up their reputation.
Well, a man named Charles Darwin would call that life.
Yeah.
That's natural selection right there, baby.
I can understand that if it was self-inflicted, but if your parent, the point you're person supposed to trust purposely set you up to be fucked socially, then that's a different one, I'd say.
Well, but I also think you have to consider that there's an added factor that it's hilarious.
I mean, to you, obviously.
It's funny for everyone else. It's like basically taking a joke and giving it to the school.
Well,
like you can't let your kid be a joke for one day.
Well, I can't argue with that. We're about to watch a video right now, man.
Oh yeah, let's check out a fucking example of this shit.
Yeah.
You'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let's let our viewers decide what they think.
Yeah, is this funny or is it fucked up?
Look up in the camera, talk like you did in your other video. Hold you to the chest, report card.
I had got an F on my report card.
On what? Every report card, right?
Yes, sir.
A F on every report card. We done gave you amount of chances. He done had opportunities to get help, got internet at the house, and he still turn around, Tay. Do a spin, 360
looks
spin.
sad.
Come on.
He just looks off.
It looks defeated. Like,
He's like, damn, I hate my parents.
you're right.
This one just looks like bogus as hell.
Let me tell you something. There's something that's gonna build resentment. It's probably something like this.
Well, getting hit by your parents definitely does the same thing.
Okay.
I think getting physically assaulted by an adult, like that's definitely gonna build a little resentment in you.
Turn around. This what thugs do. You want to be a thug?
This is not what thugs do.
Yeah, right.
Like,
You get
thugs
bad
don't do this
grades.
shit at all.
Get in trouble with everybody else.
Thugs
Why
dropped
you
out of
get in trouble
school.
at
Yeah, right. After this pause, because I got a comment.
Good, next report
Well, I think we
card.
get the point already.
All right, it was already over. Cool. Yeah, like before the auto plays, you might want to.
I closed it.
Okay. Yeah. Like, see, here's the difference. Like, I was gonna say something along the lines of, it's different in this aspect because, like, how does that necessarily help find a solution? Like, where's the solution in embarrassing your
because
kids?
that embarrassment is gonna stick with him, and he's gonna be like, I don't want to feel it. When you get whooped, it's over.
Yeah.
You got your ass whooped. It's not that hard to get over it. But when you go to school looking like a clown and everyone roasts the shit out of you, that's gonna stick with you for the rest of your life. And you didn't get hit, so
Yeah.
it's like the lesson is learned. You taught the kid that if he fucks up, he's gonna fuck his social standing up. And I think that's a better lesson than, oh, my ass hurts.
It could be. I don't know. Maybe it depends on the age. I feel like pain's a beautiful deterrent. I didn't. If I got whooped for something, I didn't do it again because I knew I get whooped, and that shit hurts.
Well,
Maybe you didn't get hit hard enough,
You just
Steve.
didn't have enough constitution.
Yeah,
Because I got my ass whooped and I kept on fucking around because
All right.
you know what they say, fuck around and find out.
You
And
think
I was
you
like,
think if you were publicly shamed, it would have if your parents shaved your head, sent you to school, it would have done a difference?
absolutely that would have fucked me up because even at a young age I had a thirst for attention. So I would have definitely felt bad if everyone getting roasted felt horrible. Like my heart would start beating all fast and shit.
Yeah.
I would feel so uncomfortable getting roasted. It was terrible, man.
Yeah.
So that would definitely fuck me up.
Yeah, so
Like,
your parents
if I
turn
got-
against you and
if
do
I
the
got
same
done
thing.
like this kid, because this next video is bogus as hell.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Hey, check this out, man. It's my son right here, man. Look at this nigga, man. His shit fly than a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Wanna fuck up in school, huh, man? You know what I'm saying? What grade you in, Marianne?
I like how it's just a bottle of alcohol on the table. Like,
Yeah. His dad got drunk before
right,
doing
he's
this.
just drunk as hell, fucking his kid's life up.
You in 7th grade? Hold on, man. You finna be the fly shit in the school, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up to the bitches.
Say what up, nigga.
Come on, say what's up.
Come on, little nigga.
Look at him, he just crying.
He's just sad.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's terrible.
Man, you
But see,
fly
look at
as a
this. This
motherfucker
like
right
this
now.
stays on. This is gonna be here for
Can't
years.
fool in school
Right.
No more, though.
It's terrible.
But that's
Boy
good.
like
The
that.
less like
He got
How do you
years
move past
hard
it?
when you
shit.
discipline a
You know what I'm
child,
saying?
it's supposed
I'm
to
just
last
gonna
for
keep it
years.
real with you.
No. The lesson's supposed to not to last a year, not the humiliation. Like, how's this gonna help him get better grades? If the problem is the fact that he's not good at school, how is this gonna make it better?
He's gonna. Well, how's whooping his ass gonna make it better?
Well, here's the thing. My caveat was don't whoop them for bad grades. Whoop them as a deterrent. You can't. I would say any form of discipline is good for like actual issues with like achievement. If you can't achieve, you got to work with. You can't just punish them.
Right.
So
Well,
all of this is bad in all the contexts.
well, no, this is definitely bad pretty much every time.
Even I'd say whooping wouldn't be an answer to this. I'm just saying in terms of straightforward discipline of I'm trying to teach him not to do this behavior, then whooping I think is good. Doing this in that same context where you're trying to deter a behavior, I think is bad because it's like you're screwing up their reputation. It's going deeper than it should be.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, fine. But I'm not saying I would do this. I would just say I would do this instead of whooping my kid's ass.
Okay.
But either way, let's listen to the last end of this video.
Hey, man, smile for the camera, bro. Smile. You like to act the fool, right? Smile, my nigga. You better smile right now before I fire your shit up. No, smile.
Before I fire your shit up.
It's threatening him.
This fake ass smile. He like, you gonna knock my teeth out.
You know, it's funny if this wasn't his kid, this would like be a legitimate hostage situation. Smile right now, nigga.
Smile, nigga. I fire your shit up. That's fucked up.
Oh, that's terrible. But yeah, you know, disciplined parents.
Yeah, man.
I think I don't know. I think I make a good parent. I don't know about you, Steve.
I mean, I'd probably be an okay
I
parent.
feel like you're gonna embarrass your kid. I'm worried.
Well, but that's the thing. Like a kid that's highly embarrassed will probably be funny as hell, and he'll be proud to be my son.
Probably.
My son.
What?
He'll be a good little funny ass little nigga. You know.
What if he was a man child? Do you think he'd be too old to be disciplined?
It depends on what you mean by man child. Like he can't live with me for the rest of his life, but I would give him the benefit of the doubt because I will probably be a man child until I'm 50.
Would you consider yourself a man child now?
I'm basically a man child at this moment. You know, like I guess
You have the appearance of it.
Yeah, I have the aesthetic of a man child. Like I'm, as you said earlier, I'm too productive to be a man child. But at the same time, I like doing things that a man child would enjoy. Like I like to browse incel subreddits. I like to masturbate about 15 times a day.
I like to browse incel subreddits. Yeah, but those are hilarious. I feel like people who don't like to browse those have just never discovered them.
Yeah, I like to shit post on Twitter. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
just man child.
I like anime.
Yeah, I like anime. I like video games. I watch too much porn. I still have time to binge watch TV shows, but I think that's becoming more of a normal thing.
Right.
Yeah, so that's not really man child.
Yeah, I think at this point, a lot of that's kind of just a part of the culture. I think it was ripped on at first by, you know, a passing generation that like didn't understand the change happening. And I think like most people, I would say, have those. It's like how when nerd shit became popular, you know, it's like back then, you go back a generation or two, like only nerds were reading comics like Marvel. Right. Now the average person loves the movies. You know, if you're not a superhero fan, you're kind of weird. Like, what? Why not?
I've even noticed that Dungeons and fucking Dragons is more popular now. Like, it's even more mainstream. It's not like mainstream, but Dungeons and Dragons used to be something you could just say that to someone and it's an insult. Like,
right.
but now it's like people who actually fucking play Dungeons and Dragons unironically.
I mean, it's like people, it's like when fucking famous people come out, like Michael B. Jordan being like, I was a Naruto fan.
Yeah.
Like all these people that were like secretly, I found it's weird when I got older and I found out just how many people were secretly watching anime but just never talked about it.
I never talked about it because I didn't want to get roasted.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to get judged, so I just kind of kept to myself.
If I said I like Naruto, people would just start shitting down my throat. So I never did.
And now fucking, you know, Pokemon cards are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So
would you say that you have any like man-child elements to you? Like,
yeah, I mean, fucking one of the. And that was probably one of the deterrents to why I started to do like the gaming channel. Yeah. Because I'm like, okay, I was just like literally playing games at my parents' house. That's like the most man-child fucking thing.
Literally in the basement.
Yeah, I have a little office in my basement. Thank God. Hopefully I'll be getting out of there soon. Well, I should be. I think I mentioned earlier I'm buying a house and shit. I had to throw that in because I want to seem like a man-child in front of all these nice people.
Yeah, so Lonzo actually has some good prospects ahead of him. Yeah. So he's not a complete man-child, but he does have a child's dick.
Hey. Right now. No.
So if there's any ladies looking.
Yeah, looking for a fucking man-child with a child's dick.
That would be so fucked up.
Yeah, that'd be actually. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, that's what like the gaming channel. I was like trying to be productive with like it with the whole thing because I was just like, well, you know, this just seems like too on the nose. Yeah. You know, so I was like, let me do that. And then, just in terms of like my appearance, I try not to look like it because I have a lot of, interests like Steve does that could be interpreted to be man-childish. So I'm just like, well, if I look like a linebacker, you can't really say too much. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm not that big, so I kind of just pull off the child look pretty well. I dress like a child, that's for sure. Like I barely comb my hair. I haven't had a haircut in months.
Yeah, Steve is really going for that neck beard aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean I'm like a black neck beard or more of a slob. I don't know about neck beard. I do have a neck beard, literally.
Yeah, he does a beard on his
neck. It doesn't go down
neck.
my neck, I guess, but I have a patchy beard and a shitty haircut, and I think that's a really good aesthetic for me. It really fits.
Yeah, I feel like, but I don't know, because I feel like a true neck beard is unaware, because I feel like you do it on purpose.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily do it on purpose.
Yeah, you try to look like a mess on purpose.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
I just kind of like not really giving a fuck about my appearance, but I do care. Like I like to be seen as attractive, and I think I clean up kind of nicely. But I feel like when I'm just in my normal life and I'm just hanging out, it doesn't really matter how I look when I'm hanging out with dudes.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah, try to impress
I don't really
your
give a
bros.
fuck about looking good. It's COVID time. I don't go outside. I don't do comedy. There's really no reason for me to get a haircut. Except for my own. I'm not one of those people that's like, I wear my makeup for my own fucking sake. Like
That's bullshit. When I hear people say that, I'm like, that's no one's fucking looking good to impress themselves.
Right. Like I just like to look in the mirror and smile at myself. I spent 2 hours this morning working on this shit. Bullshit. I don't get it.
No, 100%. Like most of everything I do in terms of trying to look physically appealing is to impress other people. Like that, I feel like that should be everyone should be able to say that. But like people, try to seem like, it's about me. No, it's not. Shut the fuck up. No, it's not.
If you put in like 2 hours a day to make your waves look nice and you're doing it just for yourself, you just should cut your hair. You may as well shave your fucking head.
At that point, if you're really just doing that for yourself, then you might need an actual fucking hobby because that's too much investment into something that has no payoff if it's just for you.
My hobby is doing my hair.
Just to have hair. Just have waves.
I also love to make out with myself.
Yeah. You have wet dreams about you fucking a mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. But we were talking about beatings earlier, and I realized like there was this fucking story that was on. It came out like last week. The snow shovel shooting in Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
I feel like I feel like if better parenting was consistent across America, that shooting would have never happened because those people were just fucking, they were sort of asking for it. I'm not gonna lie.
No. There was 100% like, see, I can't say the guy was definitely unhinged. Like the guy that did it was unhinged, like the shooter, but there was a level of like just provoking that like, you never know when you're really dealing with a lunatic. And even if he wasn't a full-blown psycho, like there was something there where that guy was like, he was close to the edge and they pushed him off because
they literally pushed him up to the edge. They rolled his psychiatric cart up to the edge and then threw him off.
Exactly. That's why some shit's just not worth going into that much fucking hostility over.
Yeah, man, you gotta mind your own fucking business.
It's like when you see road rage videos and the guy gets out with a gun, like you just don't know the fuck you're dealing with.
Yeah, right? Especially in America, like you might be able to get away with some shit like that. I don't know, in China where there's cameras everywhere, but I don't even think the cameras would stop you from that shit.
Probably not.
Let's watch the video because some people might not know what we're talking about.
Go full size it so it can be in
oh yeah.
Do the do.
Motherfucker, Jesus Christ.
Whoa, you?
Me? Yeah.
You?
Put the shovel down.
You know
What?
what?
Go ahead.
You know what? This is
Call me a
Me
scummy
and
motherfucker. I'll knock your goddamn head off your shit.
Jesus Christ.
You go yourself, you fucking queer.
Oh my God.
Call me a scummy motherfucker. Step out here. I'll knock your ass out.
Like, dude, if only he could see the future, I'd be like, man, just let it go. Let it go.
You. You fucking I'll make your life a living hell living here, cat. What? You heard me. You would probably.
You're the fucking scumbag!
No,
You don't
he's got a
fucking
gun
bother with
behind.
nobody!
He's got a gun behind him. He's dog. You're a pussy. You. Pussy.
Go ahead!
See, this is the part I didn't see. I didn't see how long they were arguing until this happened. Fucking clean out shooting. Jesus.
Damn, that was cold blooded.
Yeah, right. This is the one that kind of cuts out the.
Yeah, they cut out the good parts.
Yeah. So we should have seen.
That was fucked up.
We should have checked it. But anyway, You can probably
but
just show him.
Here's the thing.
But he
Now,
came
were
out
they-
with the AR and fucking finished them off.
Yeah, well, I mean, to their family, that's fucked up. But at the same time, their kid is probably like, their kid's probably gonna have a better upbringing. Honestly.
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
'cause he
who?
had
Which one?
the kid of the parents that died.
Oh.
The ones that died, they probably weren't raising their kid very well. If that was the kind of behavior that they were putting out.
Do you know
Like,
if they
just
had
being
kids? I remember they showed like a blurred out picture of their family, but this looked like a bunch of old people. So I
Oh
can-
well, if they did have I'm assuming they had a kid.
possibly. I'm just like, can you imagine how what type of rage do you have to have? Because it's like he didn't just shoot them and leave them, or just didn't finish the job with a small gun. He got a bigger gun.
Right.
He
was like,
went
"Oh, this
back
bitch is
in
gonna-"
the house and came back with a bigger fucking gun to do the job. and the fucking words you know what he said to the lady before he shot her?
What?
He was like, "You should have kept your fucking mouth shut," and then just fucking shot her. And I'm like, dude, like that is so fucking haunting. Like, what the hell was this guy going through?
That's a fucking life lesson right there.
That's like that shit was like that's some cold blooded shit.
Well,
I'm like,
maybe
wow.
he's just like the Joker, but instead of fighting Batman, he just hates Karens.
It could be.
Just
Maybe he's
fucking
one of
had
those
to
people
slay
that
a
was
Karen.
like got wrapped up. Like this wasn't his first encounter with a Karen.
Yeah.
All I know is for sure like this wasn't the first time they've argued.
Oh no, they definitely had to have some build up there.
This was like this. This was months in the making. This
Yeah.
didn't just fucking happen over some
Yeah,
some
that
fucking
block,
snow.
That block was a fucking pressure cooker. For sure.
Exactly.
And it exploded right in her fucking face.
No, but I'm like, yeah, that and the fact he killed himself. So I'm like, this dude was clearly on the edge, and like the second he went and got his gun, he knew that like this was gonna end with every one of them dead. Like
Well,
he
you
was
know-
ready to die.
Well,
after
you know
he did
what?
that.
He probably was like, well, I'm gonna kill both of these people, so I may as well have as much fun as possible. Let's be honest here, like
Right.
I mean,
He just knew he was gonna get him one day. He just didn't know today would be the day.
right. Well, when he went to get the bigger gun, he was like, if I have a bigger gun, I want to try it out.
I'm gonna have fuck it. I haven't used this gun yet.
Yeah, right.
I probably won't get a chance to use it again. Might as well.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I can see that. But yeah, truly horrific. But it's kind of like I don't know. That was one of those things that's just so fucking stupid. I'm just like really
Yeah.
like I don't know. This is dumber shit to be killed over. But for Snow, I'm like you know what? All those people were fucked up, kind of.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, all those people kind of fucked up. To be
Yeah,
honest.
they were bad people.
Oh shit.
You know what else is fucked up?
What's
The
fucked
people
up,
that
Steve?
fucking store piss in bottles. And keep it in their homes.
Yeah,
Just people on the show hoarders.
Yeah,
I remember
hoarders in
watching that as
general.
a kid.
People that store too much shit.
Yeah, people that have too much stuff just in their home at all times, and they will refuse to get rid of it. Like I don't know. I was watching Hoarders one time, and I saw that this lady, she would keep pizza boxes and she would keep piss and shit in jars in her home.
Why was she storing her fucking fluids? Like why
I think
that?
her toilet didn't work anymore. Like I think she just couldn't. She had nowhere else to put it.
I just ran out of spots to put it, so I just started putting it in my cabinets.
Yeah, like I mean that's a pretty shitty problem to have.
A literal shitty problem.
Yeah.
It's actually shitty. No, man, I remember this one lady. She she had like a house it was littered with a bunch of shit. Like she just didn't clean up in general.
Right.
And they went in to fucking look at it. And it was like, I think it was one of the houses they declared as almost just unrepairable because like
we can't help this bitch.
no, like she had like her whole floor was just covered with cat shit because she had like a bunch of cats there.
Ugh.
Her bathroom was like just filled, like the bathtub had nothing but cat shit, cat piss. Like everything was mostly just cat shit. Like that's what it was really
got
about.
a thin layer of cat shit sprinkled all over it.
A bunch of
Just
shit.
like a little bit of garnish.
And they were asking her like, how do you bathe? Like, do you bathe? She's like, yeah, I just bathe in the tub.
You know the
It's
answer
like,
was
it's-
she doesn't.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, so you're telling me you just sit in a tub with shit floating around you? Like, can you just imagine that? Like at the toilet, as it fills up, it's like the
Right?
shit
There's
just slowly
shit
floats.
just slowly making it to the surface of the water. And she's like playing with it, just
Yeah,
like knocking it around,
like a little rubber ducky.
like she's a little cat.
You know, the cat jumps in.
playing with cat shit. In the tub. That's what she calls a bubble bath.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Oh man, yeah, that's disgusting. I heard like Kate, like why crazy cat ladies going insane is because apparently cat shit has like a weird chemical in it that
No,
makes
it's
you
the
crazy.
piss.
It's the
cat
piss.
Yeah. It's like
Oh.
it's this chemical that I want to say that if a cat pisses on a rat, it makes the rat kill itself.
Yeah, or actually, it makes the rat it like dulls its fear receptors, so it doesn't become afraid of the cat, so it doesn't run away from it.
Right.
So it makes it easier to catch.
That's pretty fucked
And
up,
I think
man.
in humans, it does like not like the fear receptors, but it like just dulls like your senses or something. Just kind of makes you relax.
Maybe
and
just like your tolerance for disgust.
yeah, and so like you just kind of like become crazy slowly. Like it's fucking. That's why I'm like. That's why you have crazy cat ladies. They're like 700 cats in their house just pissing on everything, and all the fumes are going to their brain. And before you know it, you're just
Boy,
literally
this house
fucking
is-
playing with cat shit in the bathtub.
Pawing at turds.
Right.
Oh, here comes another battleship.
Yeah, but I've seen some gross shit on hoarders. Yeah, that was probably the grossest. That was the one I was just like, how the fuck do you even live here?
Yeah.
There are just other people that collect like, oh, I can't throw away all my my figurines. I don't want to
Speaking
leave
of
my
cat
figurines
shit,
behind.
I remember I had this cleaning job in the south side of Chicago. I was cleaning up houses with
This is
this
part of
group.
clutter control.
No. This was another thing before I did that. It was when I was in high school. It was actually
This is when he was making money for
it
crack.
It was my first job ever. Right, a cleaning business.
Yeah.
Air quotes included. No, I was fucking dealing crack in the hood. No, I was cleaning homes. I was cleaning like apartments in Boys Town in Chicago, right? So all the gayest apartments in all of Chicago. And I remember going to this one place, and I went in, and there was literally cat shit just all over the carpet. It was a carpet, and there's like cat shit dried into the carpet. Like the threads of the carpet are basically wrapped around the shit because it's like soaked in and then curled over.
What the fuck?
And I was like, I'm just not doing this. I'm not cleaning that up. I was like, I'm 16
Holy
years
shit.
old. There's no way in hell I'm cleaning up this shit.
How the fuck? Oh man,
And then
you know how
there was
long it
this-
has to sit there to do that to dry into it?
Yeah, exactly. So there was this lady that was working with us, and she was like a mom, like a 35-year-old black mom. She was real hood, and she
Yeah.
was like, I need the money, so I'm gonna do it, but y'all gotta give me your pay. And it was basically like this bogus ad. It was a scam basically, because we went to a building, and every time we cleaned something up, they would pay us $20 per apartment we did. But then we would end up having to split it across 3 people sometimes. And I'm like, what the fuck?
$8 a house.
Right,
The fuck?
I paid $8 to clean a whole fucking house. And like we got paid based on how much time we spent to go from house to house. So basically, she went in there and she cleaned up all that shit. It took her like an hour and a half, and I just sat in the car. I was not having it. That shit was disgusting.
Oh damn. Yeah,
What's
that's
the
gross.
nastiest thing you ever had to clean up, do you think?
Oh fuck. You know what? Let me think. I can't think of one off the top of my head. I just know I hate cleaning toilets.
Yeah, I fucking cannot stand cleaning the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, it almost came to the point where I had to clean the bathroom in this house recently, and I was like, I'm gonna hire a maid just for that. Like, I will pay $100 to get that fucking bathroom cleaned. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, like I don't know, like the fucking base of a toilet, because I can't even go into porta potties, and like fucking even when I have to use public restrooms, like if I can't use a urinal and I see a toilet, I'll just wait till, because I'm just like, I don't know, man. Something about toilets and seeing other people's shit just grosses me the fuck out. Like I can't do it.
Other people's dumps.
Yeah,
Here's a
right.
big steamy one. Here's a big hot one for you, dude. I'm gonna leave the fattest shit in your house when you get it.
Oh, dude, I will kill you.
The first time I come over, I'm just
I'll
gonna leave
fucking
a
hunt you
fat-ass
down.
dump.
Like that's when I just immediately become hostile. I'm like a fucking NPC. It's like you the smallest shit. I'm just trying to kill you now.
The battle music starts playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I had a funny would you rather at the job. I was gonna say, would you rather live in a used porta potty for a week, or live in a haunted house?
Haunted house for sure.
Haunted house?
I'll take the jump scares. They can just pop out at me.
No, I'm talking about like a legit, like his paranormal activity levels haunted. Not like a
it's
fake
actually
haunted. Yeah,
haunted
no,
with
a
ghosts?
real haunted house. There's ghosts in there.
I mean, how much can the ghosts like interfere with my soul? You know?
I don't know. I mean, let's just say this. There's a 50% chance that like when you leave, the ghosts are gonna follow you back to your real house.
Oh god.
But if in the porta potty, there's like 100% chance that a storm's gonna hit on the last day and the thing might tip over.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna take the porta potty, but with the caveat that the ghosts can't follow me home. Why
Okay.
the fuck? That's bullshit.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Oh,
I
do
said
wanna be-
50%
do I wanna
chance.
be
It's not
haunted?
guaranteed.
Do I want to be haunted for the rest of my life, or do I want to be covered in shit one time? You know, like
I don't
that's
know,
a pretty
man.
shitty odds.
To me, I'm like those ghosts don't look that bad. I can't. I can't do it.
That's ridiculous.
I could never live in a. I couldn't even use a fucking porta potty. I can't live in one. It's
shit.
terrible.
Oh, dude. That reminds me. Speaking of porta potties, it's not a porta potty story, but I remember one of the actually it's with the same job because now I'm just recalling all the disgusting.
I just realized how bad this job was.
One time we cleaned up this gay couple's house, and it doesn't matter that they're gay. But I think honestly, you tell me if you think it matters that they're gay after I tell the story. Okay. So I was cleaning this gay couple's house, and I remember going in their bathroom and cleaning their toilet. And there was literally like blood stains all just sitting in the toilet bowl.
Wait,
like, the water was red and there was like blood on the fucking like in the toilet. And I remember I had to clean it, and it was I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And you know, I don't once again nothing against the gays, but I'm thinking
But
that
you're finding at a straight couple's house.
I'm thinking that's not something you would find in a straight couple's house unless they love anal. You know, so somebody had a prolapse day in something, and they invited us to clean up the mess.
Holy
so
shit.
I don't want to know what the fuck was on those
I was
sheets.
gonna ask Steve, did you get clear? Did you ask them what that was, or were they just kind of like, yeah, it's just, you know, that's just there?
No, I was 16, man, and I didn't even really think into it at the time. I just remember seeing blood in the toilet, and like they didn't even have the fucking like the I don't know, the respect to flush it before he started cleaning. They were like, "Oh, we'll let those niggas clean
We'll
it
just
up."
leave it there, right?
Yeah, it was some white dudes in Boys Town.
Oh, that's
That
funny.
shit was fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't seen that, you know, in any person's house before, so I don't know if that's very different. That's different.
So you hate shit. How do you feel about farts?
I mean, I don't hate it as much as shit because shit's physical. I mean, I'd rather no one fart near me, you know, if it can be helped, you know.
Do you think you can agree with this sentiment?
Let's find out.
I'm in love with your farts. I'm in love with white guys' 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 farts.
What is this? Is this a dare?
I'm in love with smelling white guys' farts. I'm in love with smelling white guys' farts. I'm in love with smelling white guys' farts.
I get it.
I'm in love with smelling
You know what, babe? I'm into it too.
You don't gotta keep saying it, sir. We understand it.
I'm in love with smelling white guys' farts.
Why? Okay, this is a lot of questions I have. A lot. Let's start with. I mean, why white? I guess why white guys farts particularly?
White guys have a very specific diet that includes a lot of milk. I bet their farts have a nice, pleasant dairy flavor.
It seems like you looked into this.
Well, I've been around a lot of white people, and when they fart, dude, it's fucking loud and it stinks. You know, there's just that white people smell that just persists sometimes.
You know what? I mean, I believe them because I mean, what else would compel you to make a video? You know, where you just say that 20 times over and over. You know?
I'm in love
you must
with white
really
guys
love white guy farts.
Imagine being put on this earth to fall in love with white guys' farts.
Imagine finding out that that's your fucking calling, like that's your purpose.
God sent me down to this planet to love a white man's farts.
Holy shit, that's hilarious.
That is fucking disgusting.
Oh, you know, it's funny. I'm like, it only like stands to ask, like, how do you think he discovered that?
He probably sucked a fart out of a white man's ass.
Yeah, but I'm like, you know, like, is that something you initiate? Like, cause I'm like,
well, he was probably
discovery is usually on accident. So I'm like, I don't think he volunteer.
Well, you know what happened? He was probably working his fucking Wall Street job. And then he was sitting on the train one day, and he was sitting next to a white guy. And then the white guy farted, and he smelled it, and he was like, and he got a hit, and then his hair fell out.
He went to like a 5-minute trance where just like psychedelics was going through his mind, and he realized,
slowly whispering on the train like, I'm in love with white guys. He was taken over. He was corrupted, and now he's that.
His
guy.
whole life changed. He lost his job. He lost his hair. You know, he's fucking started wandering around the streets looking for white guy farts. Changed your life. Yeah, I can see that. That's his origin story.
Yeah, man.
You think they can make a movie about his life? Like, I would pay to see a movie about this man's like origins.
Yeah, the story.
Like where he started and where he ended up.
He can suck a fart from 5 miles away.
Yeah, he became a legend. He's a legend among like the fucking like, fart sniffer community or what the fuck you call it.
If you fart near him, he'll suck your soul out. Actually, that's a superpower.
Hey, is there like there's a website? I guarantee you, if you look it up, it'll probably be there. But I'm like, you think there's something called Fart Fuckers Anonymous or some dumb shit?
Well, I do know because like you remember in
From
South
a friend.
Park, when South Park when they had the Brazilian farting porn.
Yeah.
Remember that? I looked it up and it's real.
Oh.
And there's cake farts. You've seen cake farts, right?
What do? Eat a cake and fart, or you
No.
fart into a cake?
Oh, you're watching cake farts after this. Anyone?
God.
Anybody? Anybody watching this? Please look up cake farts immediately. I can't show it on the podcast because it involves cake and farts.
It'll get too X-rated.
Yeah, it's literally on Pornhub.
We won't just get demonetized. We'll get canceled.
Yeah, type cake farts into Pornhub, please. And speaking of Pornhub, like I saw this thing. It was like an MLM, like multi-level marketing. We talked about it a few times on the podcast, but it was this multi-level marketing thing for sex toys, right? And they have these Barbie-sized sex toys. Like, look at these.
Yeah. Who's this for? Barbie?
Yeah, this is for your doll. You're supposed to like take it and play with her little baby pussy.
But she doesn't have.
No, baby.
What do they make them with it now?
Baby pussy, but
Yeah.
her little Barbie pussy.
We just talked about getting demonetized.
Yeah.
No, but Barbie dolls, aren't they? They don't have pussies. Did they start putting pussies on them now, or is it just for fun? Like, how is Barbie still for kids if you're selling dicks? I don't get that.
Well, no, I think this is pure romance. So either these are like miniature dildos that you're supposed to use on yourself, or you're supposed to get them for your dolls so you can play at home. I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly, what do you think there? What do you think the overly sized black one is for?
I guess that's when Ken's not cutting it anymore. I don't know.
They also sell keychain dildos. Can you imagine that? That's like, can you imagine like, what if you met a woman and she had a little dildo on her keychain? Would you trust that lady? Like, I feel like that's just like a
someone you
sign
want to interact with.
Yeah,
I met her on a blind date and and that's what she came up with. I don't know, man. That'd be the first thing I'd ask.
Is that a hot or a not, you think?
It depends on her answer. I'd just be like, so what's that about?
Well, she's just like, well, I really like to masturbate in public.
All right.
I don't care what this thing has touched before it went inside me.
I think we and you got a second date. Like, I think this is going place. Yeah, but that's very bizarre.
Yeah, that actually brings up. Well, do you want to go to the question section?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, that actually brings up the next question. Like we're gonna switch to an advice show now. So guys, we're adults now. We're not man children. We're adults.
That's right.
So
I
pulled up a question. And I would like Alonzo's answer. How would you respond to your woman feeling as though she is second fiddle to your sex toys? So basically, she's determined that you like using your sex toys more than you like having sex with her.
I mean, if that's what's happened, then I'm just gonna have to probably tell her like you need to, I don't know, be a little bit more spontaneous because clearly for some reason I feel like these sex toys are getting the job done better than you. So maybe you need to step it up.
Or maybe you married a fat pig.
That's what I mean. There's got to be a lack of attraction. That's literally what it's got to come down to. Like I clearly just can't see you as a sexual being.
Yeah.
And so here I am with this fucking flashlight remodel, just stroking myself. So and if it's come to that, then there's got to be a change. Either you change or I got to get out.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah, I think that's probably because I can't see. If she feels like I'm not giving her enough attention, there's probably a reason for it.
Well, for some reason, I feel like this question was asked with the intention of saying like, okay, my son, my husband or
thinking
my
about
boyfriend.
your fucking son. Yeah, man, your son.
I just
All right,
can't
Tom
stop
Brady.
thinking about making out with my sexy little boy. Actually, that's what those fucking little dildos were for.
Yeah. After you win the Super Bowl, you get a.
That's the ring your son gets. a little tiny cock ring.
Oh shit!
Shit. But no, I think this question. I think the asker was intending to say something about, my man likes shoving dildos up his ass, probably.
That I don't know. I mean, maybe you shouldn't marry gay men if you're a woman. Like,
hey, god damn it! Have you not learned?
Oh shit!
Your butt doesn't have a sexual orientation. We went over this in the last podcast.
I'm sorry. I forget all the time. I'm ignorant. I don't know.
Yeah. It's okay. You're fine this time.
I need the doctor to. I need to read his books.
Yeah.
But no. I feel like my interpretation of that actually was more so if she's talking about, because you know those memes where girls are like, my boyfriend pays more attention to his Xbox than me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's like that too, like any type of, she calls it a toy. But
no,
like,
it said not safe for work, and then in the description it had mention of dildos and vibrators. And,
okay, so if he's shoving shit.
flashlights.
Well, yeah, at that point, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you didn't marry a straight man. Like, I don't know what to say about that one.
Yeah.
They keep looking shit.
Like, damn, my man just can't stop fucking his own ass.
Yeah, it sounds like you probably fare better if you had a dick like that. That one seems a little cut and dry. I don't know.
All right, that's a good answer, man. What do you think about this one? What bothers you about modern society?
I'll
tell you what bothers me. Fucking goddamn democrats.
What?
No, just kidding.
Goddamn Democrats.
Goddamn
I call them Democrats.
Yeah,
politics.
That's actually a tough one. I should have thought about this one in advance. Is there anything that really bothers you? Well, I guess
I can think about top of my head.
Something that bothers me about modern society is definitely the fact that everyone has access to the internet now. I fucking cannot stand it, dude. Like, the internet used to be so great when it was just like a thing that the kids knew how to do.
Yeah.
Like the kids, the nerds, and like some adults every now and then. But like now our parents are on the internet. Now like fucking our teachers are on the internet. Now your job will like search your history on the internet and shit. I don't have a job. But it's just like everyone having access to social media. Now everyone has like these completely made up opinions about shit.
Yeah.
Like, everyone has access to news that is like, okay, well, that's probably not true, but they're going to believe it anyway because they didn't learn how to use the internet to a point where they actually know how to like vet their sources and make sure what they're saying is correct. So that's something that I can't stand about the fucking modern world.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'd say like even kind of bridging onto that one, like cancel culture in general and censorship. Like I remember when YouTube used to be fun.
Yeah, when YouTube was good. It wasn't just the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Yeah, just like the night of Jimmys. All the Jimmys.
All the Jimmys.
All the late night Jimmys.
My Jimmys are getting rustled.
Yeah, like it just talk shows and shit. Like I remember when I like the time I witnessed the downfall is when I saw like like this animating YouTube group called Flash Glitz. Like they made hilarious comment, like just cartoon comedy parodies and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I remember like for somehow like a bunch of like moms and fucking soft-hearted pussies found like one of their videos and like it just got like it took off because it became like somewhat mainstream, but they had to censor it because a bunch of like old women were complaining like, this is degenerate, this is disgusting, why is there so much blood in this, this is for like, it wasn't for kids, it was like animated, so I guess like in a tiny person's mind they think it's for children, so they were just like, how dare they, because now their fucking opinion matters. YouTube had to take action and censor it, and it just caused like all this levels of censorship to occur later on where like you can only really do stuff on it if if it's made for children.
Yeah.
Because people want to bitch, people want to write blogs, comedians can't say shit they usually would say.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst part about it, that like everything has to like cater to like the weakest of us.
Yeah, and I think like there's always been a space where people would have their little bitchy opinions, but it was less common.
Yeah.
Now it's like the mob is so huge. Like, as someone who's
they
done
control
stand-up comedy,
the media.
As someone who's done stand-up comedy, I can fucking tell that there's just so many more sensitive people in the world than there probably used to be. Like,
right.
There's so many people that are like, you cannot say that, or they're like,
that is not okay.
Yeah, they'll be like, that's not okay. I don't like that you did that.
Yeah, because I'm upset by it. No one can watch it.
Right. Like, this whole thing was bad because you offended me, and it's like, fuck you.
Yeah,
you stupid.
As
bitch.
simple as I can say it. Fuck you. Fuck your opinion. Oh man. Yeah. I route myself up. That's probably pisses me off the most about modern society.
Yeah. Yeah, so okay, well, that's some good answers too, man. We got one more question to go over before we're out of here.
All right.
Why is it that whenever people see a guy who has more feminine mannerisms and interests, he's automatically labeled as gay?
Because usually it is. I don't know. That's a joke, guys. But
well, I mean, because they're just kind of making a call on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're like stereotyping somebody or judging them, but if you see somebody that's a man that acts like a woman, they're probably, I mean, would it be wrong to sort of just take a guess? Like, they say that you're supposed to think like, oh, you see someone that looks transgender, you're supposed to call them by the correct pronouns, right?
Right.
So if you're gonna just make a shot in the dark, right, and someone's acting very flamboyantly, or what would be campy, I guess.
Yeah. Effeminate.
Yeah, effeminate. There's really high chances that they're gay, I guess. So it's kind of a silly question to ask, but I felt like it'd be funny to include on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say like just going on to that, it's like I get the whole don't judge a book by its cover, but like just biologically, like, people have to be able to make, snap judgments based off the information they get.
Yeah.
So like, if there's certain things that are like usually considered status quo, and, you have to make an assessment, like a quick assessment to determine, what you can about a person. If like they seem effeminate or they have very effeminate manners or traits, then you probably attribute that they'd have, a few of those. And, just historically, traditionally within the culture, it was always kind of teased or whatever that like, if you're a feminine acting guy, he's gay or whatever.
Right.
And I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's the correct approach. I'm just saying that's why it happens. It's just kind of how society was kind of built. And that's just kind of the, kind of knee-jerk reaction when you're trying to assess a situation that's the conclusion you probably come to.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if you see like a guy dressed as a woman, I don't want to say dressed as a woman because that can lead to flame wars or whatever. I'll just say when you see a guy wearing traditionally, what is known as traditionally women's clothing or whatever, you might assume that either they're, into drag or, they might be transgender or that they identify as a woman. You're using context clues to make a judgment about a person. And that's just what you do naturally. So I feel like that's why. I think that's fair. All right, calm down. Chill out.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot to leave off.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we're at exactly an hour actually, which is pretty cool.
Oh, beautiful. Hey, we're getting better at this, guys.
Hell yeah.
Hey, well, thanks for tuning in again. We're gonna see you next week, and check out my channel, Zoe Magnin.
Make sure you like and subscribe Alonzo shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then definitely follow this channel. Follow us on social media.
Leave us a like.
And check out the audio version of the podcast. The links will be in the description. So you can check us out on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. I think we're on Stitcher.
We're on everywhere.
I'll have all the links
taking
down
over.
there. So definitely check us out, man. And watch some of my other videos, man. I need some love.
Yeah. Give Steve some love. He loves that good old-fashioned, passionate.
A nice, passionate 30-second kiss right on the picture.
Hey, guys. Nice. Solid.